break. We're on to leçon 14, weekend à Paris. Now, as I warned you last semester, we're going to do the dialogue at the beginning, but this time you guys are going to read it. Okay, so let's look at page 204. 204. I'll read it first so you guys kind of get the idea. We're talking about what students, teenagers, people your age-ish do in France on the weekends. Yes, probably Vari. Yes. How convenient. I'm just teasing you. Okay, so we're on page 204. The dialogue. There's like a handful of small paragraphs, and we'll have one person do each small paragraph. So, aujourd'hui, c'est samedi. Are you guys there with me? Following along? All right. Aujourd'hui, c'est samedi. Les élèves ne vont pas en classe. Où est-ce qu'ils vont alors? Ça dépend. So I'll read that first one because that's kind of the intro one. First, with the picture, we say Thomas va au café. Il a un rendez-vous avec une copine. Next picture, we have Florence et Karine vont aux Champs-Élysées. Elles vont regarder les vêtements dans les magasins. Après, ils vont aller au cinéma. Next, we have two boys. Daniel va chez son copain Laurent. Les garçons vont jouer aux jeux vidéo. Après, ils vont aller au musée des sciences de la Villette. Ils vont jouer avec les machines électroniques. Next, we have a very chic-looking girl with sunglasses and a big purse. Béatrice a un grand sac et des lunettes de soleil. Est-ce qu'elle va à un rendez-vous secret? Non, elle va au centre Pompidou. Elle va regarder les acrobates. Et après, elle va aller à un concert. And then finally, we have someone sick in bed. Et Jean-François, qu'est-ce qu'il va faire aujourd'hui? Est-ce qu'il va visiter le centre Pompidou? Est-ce qu'il va regarder les acrobates? Est-ce qu'il va aller à un concert? Et là, non. Il va rester à la maison. Pourquoi? Parce qu'il est malade, pauvre Jean-François. Il fait si beau dehors. All right. Don't worry, I can help you out. You do not need to be overly concerned. We will we'll do this carefully and slowly together. So, Stephen, I'm going to have you do this first picture. Morgan, you're going to do the second picture. Mark, you're going to do the third picture. Danielle, you're going to do the fourth. And Isabel, you're going to do the fifth. Yes, I will read that first paragraph, and then Stephen, you can read about Thomas. Okay? All right. Oh, you need permissions. Okay. Actually, let's not do worldwide permissions. Let's do... So just turn on your audio when it's your turn. Otherwise, it might be too many, it might jam up everything if everyone's on at the same time. Got it? Okay, so follow along with me on page 204. We're going to do the dialogue. I'm going to read the first sentence and then Stephen will read the next one. All right? Aujourd'hui, c'est samedi. Les élèves ne vont pas en classe. Où est-ce qu'ils vont alors? Ça dépend. So go ahead, Stephen, and read to us about Thomas. Yes. Très bien. Okay, Morgan, can you read to us about Florence et Karine? Yes. A few things. We do not pronounce the S at the end of après and elle. So can you just, near the third line, après, elles vont aller. Can you say that part with no S's? Sure. Oh, that's fine. Can you repeat that last line, because we do not pronounce the S at the end of après or the S at the end of elle. Very good. Good fix. Très bien. All right, Mark, you're up next. Yes. Well done, Mark. The one word that I'd have you repeat is science. For sciences. Well done. That was not an easy one, and you rocked it. Well done. Okay, Danielle, you're up next for Beatrice. Yes. You said it right the second time. Soleil. Concert. Well done, Danielle. Really good. And you did the liaison in all the right places. Excellent job. That was very good. And then Isabel, you have the long one. Can you please do Jean-Francois for us?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Well done, Isabel. That was excellent. And it was a long one, and you did it perfectly. Really good job. All right. Good job, you guys. Oh, Rebecca, I'm so sorry you're having such a hard lagging time. Um, Maybe you could try re-entering. All right. Good job, you guys. Well done. Let's do the compréhension really quick. So I'm going to ask number 1, quel jour est-ce aujourd'hui? Quel jour est-ce aujourd'hui? Go ahead and write in the chat the answer to the question according to our dialogue. Well done. The question was, what day is it today? Quel jour est-ce aujourd'hui? What day, or in French they say which day, is it today? And the answer is c'est samedi. It is Saturday. Well done. Numéro 2. Excuse me. Pourquoi est-ce que Thomas va au café? Pourquoi est-ce que Thomas va au café? Ooh, Rachel, you were ready. Well done. Pourquoi est-ce que Thomas va au café? Very good. The question is, why is Thomas at the cafe? And the answer is, he has a rendezvous or a date or a meeting with a friend, who's girl. Il a un rendez-vous avec une copine. Numéro 3. Avec qui est-ce que Florence va au cinéma? Avec qui est-ce que Florence va au cinéma? Good answers. I like your answers, you guys. I could tell you're thinking about it and not just um, typing what you see. That's really encouraging. Good job. So the question is, with whom, avec qui, est-ce que Florence va au cinéma? With whom does Florence go to the movies? It's not how we say it in English, but that's like the direct translation. Who is Florence going to the movies with? And the answer is Karine. Elle va au cinéma avec Karine, or c'est Karine, are all correct answers. It's Karine she's going with. Numéro 4. Où va Daniel? Est-ce qu'il fait, qu'est-ce qu'il fait avec Laurent? So this is a double question. First part, où va Daniel? Qu'est-ce qu'il fait avec Laurent? Où va Daniel? Qu'est-ce qu'il fait avec Laurent? I'll give you a minute because that was like a double question. Number 4. Où va Daniel? Qu'est-ce qu'il fait avec Laurent? So the question is, where goes Daniel? Where is Daniel going? And the answer is chez Laurent. Chez son copain Laurent. He's going to the house of Laurent. And then the second question is, qu'est-ce qu'il fait avec Laurent? What is he doing with Laurent? And the answer is, il joue aux jeux vidéo. What are they doing together? They're playing video games. And then they go to the science museum and play with the electronic machines. That was kind of a long one, so don't even worry about it. Let's move on. Number 5. Où va Béatrice? Où va Béatrice? Very good. The question is, where is Beatrice going? And the answer is Le Centre Pompidou, a very famous, actually, I'm not even entirely sure what it is. Is it like I think it's like a convention center? Like, it's very famous. And she's apparently watching acrobats and then a concert. Right. Numéro 6. Pourquoi est-ce que Jean-François ne va pas en ville? Pourquoi est-ce que Jean-François ne va pas en ville? Pourquoi pas? Pourquoi est-ce que Jean-François ne va pas en ville? Good. Why is Jean-François not going to town? And it's because he's sick. Il est malade, or il reste. He's resting because he's sick. Good job. And then finally, the last question takes some powers of observation. Numéro 7. Quel temps fait-il aujourd'hui? Quel temps fait-il aujourd'hui? Very good. Very good. as we see in the picture, in the window of the picture with Jean-François here. Oops, let me get my pointer. It is sunny outside, so the answer is il fait beau. Très bien, you guys. That was really good. We got to move on, but you did very well. I'm going to not spend super long on the lessons so we can spend more time on practice. So just a friendly reminder that it may be helpful to watch the videos on YouTube, these video lessons before class, but it's not required. Just maybe more helpful. The verb aller is another irregular, super important verb. All the most important verbs in French are irregular, I think. The top like 5 ones, être, avoir, faire, aller, and I will learn more, but those are the ones we've learned so far. They all are irregular, and I think it's because they're so commonly used. They didn't change or streamline over time, because people get emotionally attached to the way we say I am, and then as language changes, we don't want to change the way we say those things. I think that's the reason why. But the point is aller means to go, and it is irregular. And here's how you conjugate it: je vais, tu vas, il, elle, on va. Nous allons, vous allez, ils, elles vont. I think it looks a lot like the way we conjugate faire. So it's very similar, but obviously a little different. We have V's going on here and A's instead of the F's for faire. Okay, so that's aller. Let's do some exercises. I put the box here for you because you just learned it. Danielle, numéro 1. Isabelle, numéro 2. Elaine, numéro 3. Hannah, numéro 4. Rachel, numéro 5. This exercise says jamais le dimanche, never on Sunday. So what you're going to do is say that the following people, Philippe, vous, Celine, et Michel, Jérôme, je, do not go to the place le dimanche. So I'm going to do my own. You can go ahead if you feel like you understand the directions. You have permissions. I'm going to do a practice example up top here. Let me see if there's a practice one specific in the textbook so I can match it. New and then en ville. So my thing says new and then en ville. That's what I'm given. And so I would say is that we're saying in these sentences that these people never do these things on Sundays. So nous, and then we don't go, so we have to do our conjugation for allons, but it's in the negative, so ne allons pas. But don't forget that allons begins with a vowel, so I need to do an apostrophe. Nous n'allons pas, and then where I'm going is en ville, and then I end with le dimanche. So there's like a few parts here. Like as you can see, we're getting more complex in how we're writing and reading our sentences. So I have my subject, nous. My verb is allons, because that's how we conjugate aller for my subject, nous. I have to do the negative sandwich around my verb, and then where I'm going, and then le dimanche, which means if I say le and then a day of the week, that means every Sunday. That's like what we don't do. Go ahead and ask questions if you don't know. Am I still frozen for people? Yes, Hannah. Yes, the negative sandwich is consistent in French across the board. Okay. Okay. Philippe. No. Oh, close. So here your verb is, you picked vais, which is for je, but Philippe falls in the il category. So your verb should be something different. Il. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Il ne something pas. Actually, these smiley faces are fun, but I need to do something that's a little narrower. Let's do the check mark. Philippe. And then I have the ne pas sandwich. au café le dimanche. Perfect. So change your verb. The conjugation is incorrect. Danielle. How do you edit something you already wrote? I think you can do the same thing as Adobe, where you use the pointer tool at the very top and double click. No, that's not it. Wait. Yeah, pointer tool. Double click or click once on the typing box, and then you can fix it. Okay. The text box, not the typing box. Vous n'allez pas, good, au cinéma le dimanche. Perfect, except you forgot the one little thing where we have aller begins with a vowel, so we have to do N apostrophe here. So go ahead and fix that. Besides that, your grammar and stuff and parts are all in the right order. Really good. I'm going to stretch this out so I can put checks all on top. All right. Céline et Michel ne vont pas, perfect, à un concert le dimanche. Perfect. It is va, good fix. And n'aller, good fix. That is how you do that. I'm going to stretch this out too. You guys seem to have gotten these pretty well. So are there any questions from anyone, those of you who did the exercise or those of you who are watching? Okay, Jérôme ne, oops, why are you not letting me? Jérôme ne va pas au restaurant le dimanche. Perfect. Je ne vais pas à un match de foot le dimanche. Well done. That was great. You totally got it. All right. Next, we're going to do expressions with aller. Just like I've told you with our other really important main verbs, we use them to mean their literal meaning. Like for aller, we use it all the time, like we just did in our exercises, to mean to go. But we also use them for expressions. And in French, here are some expressions. Va here is conjugated, the conjugated form of aller. So, and you've already seen us use this, asking how people feel. Ça va, ça va. Because remember, it means literally it goes. It goes, it goes. That's what it literally means. But when you hear people say that, they're asking how you're doing. Yes. Okay. And then you can encourage someone to do something. Vas-y, like go ahead. You've heard me say that, I think, a bajillion times when I say, like, okay, you can do your exercises now. Vas-y, go ahead. That is conjugated form of aller. To tell someone to go away, va-t'en. This is also the conjugated form of aller. I have a great story with this one. Va-t'en means go away or get out of here. When I was in France visiting my parents, and my sister was there with her kids, and we were driving in the car, and a dog ran out into the street. My mom was really afraid for the dog, and it was like so scared. My mom was a little bit dramatic, and she was so afraid we were gonna hit the dog, and we didn't hit the dog, thankfully. But she yelled out the window, "Va-t'en!" to like get out of here, like get out of the street, like don't get hit by other cars, basically. And she yelled "Va-t'en!" at the top of her lungs, and then my little niece, who was 1 year old at the time, or like 1.5, started yelling "Va-t'en, va-t'en" in the back seat, and for some reason we just thought it was the funniest thing. 'Cause she doesn't talk very much, but she could mimic some things, and so she was just yelling "Va-t'en, va-t'en," and because we were laughing, she kept saying it over and over again. So "Va-t'en" means go away, and now you have a funny story to remember it. And then finally, allons-y is another thing to start something. Allons-y, which if you've watched Doctor Who, you've probably heard of. Vas-y is what you say after you ask us to raise our hands. Like, go ahead, you can do your... Yes. He says allons-y all the time, which means let's go. I maybe wasn't super precise. Vas-y might be more for like one, if you're talking to one person, allons-y is for all of us. I think of it as vas-y as you're pointing to tell someone to do something, and allons-y is let's do something together. But those are the expressions. Okay, another way aller can be used, and I'm really excited, you guys. You're like, we're opening up all these windows of being able to communicate in French. Now we can talk about the future. The future. To say we're going to do something. And it's really quite easy how we do it, although students have a hard time remembering all the parts. So you need to pay close attention. What I meant, maybe not easy, is that it's simple. So to express the near future, as in I'm going to do something in the near future, right after this, I have to be precise with that because once you start learning language, you'll see that there's like many different versions of future and present and past tense. But anyways, in French 1, we're just going to learn the near future. We use the verb aller and we conjugate aller. Okay, we conjugate aller. Come on, tools. Well, that was supposed to be an arrow. Conjugate aller. And then the infinitive this is like the action verb of what we're actually doing. And it is in the infinitive or unconjugated. And that's the near future. So let's look at the examples. Natalie is going to swim. It's actually we actually do the exact same thing in English if you think about it. Is the conjugated form of to go, and then is going is the conjugated form of to go in the present tense. And then to swim is the infinitive form of the action that we're taking. So Rachel is going to eat when she's done. Yes, very good. Nathalie va nager. So we have aller conjugated in the present, and then the action, the thing that she's actually going to be doing, which is swimming, is in the infinitive. Paul et Marc vont, conjugated aller in the present tense. Jouer is the infinitive verb. Au tennis. Whatever comes after just kind of hangs out after, like always. Nous allons rester. Allons is conjugated in the present. Rester remains in the infinitive. Sylvie ne va pas écouter le concert. And this is an example of how when we're saying that the near future and then negative, the negative sandwich goes around just the first verb. That's usually the kind of rule with the negative sandwiches that goes around the first verb. Even if they are like connected, it still goes around va. Ne va pas écouter. Let's do some exercises. We are running out of time. So for this one on page 212, I'll read you the directions. Say where the following people are going this summer and what they are going to visit. So, the example is Monique va à Paris. Elle va visiter le Louvre. So you're going to say, I'll assign you, you can start working on it, and then I'll keep explaining. Olivia number 1, Eva number 2, Sarah number 3, Rebecca number 4, Erin number 5. So you're going to say that the following people, Alice, we, you, you, I, go, present tense. Alice goes to New York. We go to Egypt. You go to Rome. And then you will be visiting the Statue of Liberty. You will be visiting the pyramids. You will be visiting the Colosseum. I'll do the chart up here for you. Je vais, tu vas, il, elle, on va. Nous allons, vous allez, ils, elles vont. There we go. Alice va à New York. Perfect. How do you write with text? Good question, Erin. So you should have permissions, whiteboard permissions, which means that on the big whiteboard thing on the left, there's like a little column of buttons. The fourth one down is the letter A with little lines. If you press on that and then press where you want to write on the screen, you should be able to start typing. Alice va voir la statue de liberté. Okay, yeah, voir is actually correct to say she's going to see. Why don't you can use, I think the directions say visiter, that she's going to visit. But if you're not incorrect, we just haven't learned that verb yet. Yeah, Olivia, you weren't wrong, so you didn't have to correct it, but that just so you know. Elle va visiter la Statue de la Liberté. Perfect. Nous allons en Égypte. En Égypte. Nous allons, good, visiter les pyramides. So this is, I'm glad you did this. You're totally correct. We conjugate the first one, but we leave the second one unconjugated. We leave it in the infinitive. So it should be nous allons visiter. Visito. Visiter les pyramides. ER, visiter, it stays in the infinitive. Vous allez, oh, I see, okay. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Okay, good job. Vous allez à Rome. Vous allez visiter le Colisée. Perfect. Tu vas à la Nouvelle-Orléans. Tu vas visiter le Vieux Carré. You guys are doing excellently. Je vais à San Francisco. Je vais visiter Chinatown. Well, looks like we don't need to go over this too much more because you got it. Just don't forget that sometimes what happens is it makes perfect sense in class, and then when you go to do exercises later, you're like, what? So just remember, we conjugate aller in the present tense, and we leave the action verb in the infinitive. Good. Last little thing. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have not quite the last little thing. I'm gonna have to rush a second. We learned this is a side little grammar thing that you will have to kind of spend some extra time thinking about because we don't do this in English. So as you remember, it can mean in, it can mean at, it can mean to. Patrick habite à Paris. He lives in Paris. Nous sommes à la piscine. We are at the pool. Est-ce que tu vas à Toulouse? Are you going to Toulouse? Prepositions in all languages have really fluid kind of meanings. So that's what means. Now, in French, if is next to the definite article le, it always changes to o. It's just a weird, again, pronunciation thing or something. La can actually stay the same. But then and if it's next to le, has to become o. These sound the exact same, o, but one has an X on the end. So to say that Marc goes to the cafe, we say Marc est au café. If he goes to the pool, which is feminine, we say Marc est à la piscine. If we say he's on the street, which is plural, les Champs-Élysées, we say Marc est aux Champs-Élysées. Fortunately, we ran out of time to do the exercise for this, but you have your workbook homework to put that to practice. But guys, really, this is something that will take extra thinking. Because if you look at these sentences like Marc est au café, there's two English words in this one French word. So it takes some extra kind of thinking there. And then finally, we had some vocabulary that you can the recordings in your online textbook you can listen to. And then chez is so small, just basically it means at someone's house or someone's place. Chez, like a restaurant or someone's, like they use it often for like store names, or if you just say you're going to your friend's house. Chez mon ami. Okay, and that's it. If you have any questions, go ahead and email me or ask to stay a little bit after class. I'll be here for a few minutes about like where things are or something. But good luck. Have a great week. I'm glad it worked out for you to be here. Au revoir.